Hello beautiful, welcome to my channel. I am Ria and my life and struggles with infertility. There was a lot of things that we had to go through and I would love to share that with you guys. It's been almost 5 years, maybe less than that, to actually speak out and talk about it, feel comfortable with it. And knowing what I know now, I just wish I was in a better place mentally and physically. Going through infertility, not able to get pregnant, and finally getting pregnant, doctors, told me many things, and I was just like not hearing it. And what I decided to do is going through the resources that my husband decided to do. He's in the medical field, so a lot of his friends would tell him about the IUI, which is totally different from IVF. So we decided to do the IUI, and we did it about 6 months, and then I took a break because we didn't get pregnant. And it was a lot stressful for me, because hormonally you have to take medication and shots, and finally when they do the transfer of my husband's sperm for me to get pregnant, then you have to wait 2 weeks to see if you are pregnant or not. So going through the whole time trying to do IUI, after the 6 months, once we started IUI, in the process, we realized that I had a cyst in my ovaries. That was something that I think I had a couple of cysts, one of my left and my right ovaries, and we couldn't go through the process again through IUI until the cyst will go away. I did want to mention that when the doctor decided to actually take the liquid out, which the cysts look like bubbles in your ovaries. So the doctor, the only option she had other than medication was to get a needle and literally take off all the liquid out of the cyst. And I do want to mention that that process was probably one of the hardest and most painful thing that I had. And I mean, it took probably about a minute, but that minute I felt like it was an hour. It was really, really, really painful. Finally, when that process happened, I had to wait another cycle for me to do the IUI. Finally, we did it again, and it took about, I don't know, about a month. We did the IUI again, and going through that process, my husband had to give me shots. It was either morning and night or both, depending on my blood work. And we didn't get pregnant again. So it was about 7 months going through IUI. We decided to take a break. We decided to go to LA because I love LA. I'm from there, born and raised. And my husband surprised me, went to LA. We visited my best friend at the time when she lived there still. We had a great time, great weekend. We came home for the weekend. After the weekend was over, we came home and we worked and we did our stuff, and a month to 3 months passed by. I still didn't go back to do the IUI because I was still overwhelmed, stressed. I was getting upset because I was getting pregnant, and I was just frustrated. So I just feel like I needed a break. You have to take all those hormones and your body's not used to it. It's just a lot for your body. And after that, I think it was 2 2.5 months later, or it was going to be 2 months, something's telling me that I could be pregnant, and I need to check, because if I was pregnant, I needed to take, prenatal pills. I gotta take care of myself and all that. So I took a pregnancy test, a box that I had at home, and it said it was positive, but I didn't believe it because it was expired. The box was expired. And you don't want to use things that are expired. So I decided to go to the store, buy another box. And during the process, I did it again. I literally did the whole box. I don't know how many come in the box. I totally forgot. I think I got the value pack or something. And they all said positive. I was so nervous. I was like excited. I didn't know what to do. So the first thing to do is I called my best friend again. And I told her what I got, and she was excited for me. And she's like, how many tests did you take? I think I took like 3. And she's like, okay. She goes, well, how are you going to tell your husband? And I wasn't sure, because I didn't know, because people were, the doctors were telling me, the specialists were saying that I wasn't able to get pregnant because I was producing less than 1% of my eggs. At that time, I think I was 39 years old. And, as you mature, you start producing less eggs, or pretty much at any age it could happen, but it's most likely happening when someone that's much mature, in their 40s or their late 30s. And because my husband and I got married and pretty late in our age, we wanted to plan kids. So going through all that, I decided to go to the store, and I was thinking in my mind, how am I going to surprise my husband and tell him that we're pregnant? And so what I did is I got a small little teddy bear, a blue, cute, I don't know why I got blue, but it was a cute, pretty, soft sky blue teddy bear with a card, a Father's Day card. And I videotaped it, but the video is so emotional. I just felt like I wanted to keep that for him and I, just to have in our thoughts and our heart, that maybe in another video I could share that with you guys. His response, he got home from work, and it was funny because I put it in a box that said fragile on it, but it had my name on it. And my husband's like, well, why is it fragile, and why does it say your name if it's for me? I was like, well, this is something that you've always been waiting for, but it's been taking a long time to get here. And he was just like, okay. So he opens the box, and he gets the teddy bear, and he's looking at it like, wasn't thinking of it. He was just like, okay, is she playing a joke with me? Not thinking that it's telling him that it's actually letting him know that we were pregnant. So he opens the card, and it says something about, I can't wait to meet you. It's been a long time. I can't wait to meet you, Daddy, or something like that. And he just looked at me, and my husband's the type of person that he's sarcastic, he likes to curse. For me, I don't like to do that, because it's just not me. And his whole words were saying, F this and F that. Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, it was funny to see, because his reaction was hilarious. And I was giggling but crying at the same time, because I was reading the whole thing. And he was just like, are you kidding? Are you sure? Are you sure? How? Because, the doctors told us that I wasn't able to get pregnant. And we just hugged. And we were like, who are we going to tell? And he didn't know I told my best friend. And I was telling him that I wanted him to share with his sister, his parents, and also to share it with his best friends. So we went to the store and we bought onesies, and it said something about auntie or something. It was cute little onesies, and we got it for each of my I got it for my sister. We got it for people that we wanted to share first, and they were excited for us. And I want to say a month later, I was going into my 3rd month. That's when we miscarried, and going through that emotionally, physically, for me was horrifying, and it was heartbreaking at the same time. When I got the news, I had to keep taking blood work because they wanted to see how my thyroid was doing, because I had thyroid issues. They wanted to see how vitamin D was doing, like all kinds of testing that I had to do before that process. And I did the blood work over the weekend, so it was on Monday when they called me, the nurse, and she says, I don't know why, but this is saying that you either going to have a miscarriage or you're gonna have a miscarriage. And I didn't believe it. And I was hysterically crying. And she says that she wanted me to come in immediately that same day. So I called my husband and I told him what happened. I was crying, like I was crying so much that my husband literally left work early. He came over and he picked me up, and we went to the doctor, and the doctor said that yes, I was going through the process of miscarriage. So they decided to do what they needed to do to help me with this. And I think my body was so in shock that I just couldn't believe it. One, because your emotions are confused, and when doctors tell you something and you find out something else, and then you're surprised that you are pregnant and all that, going through the whole process. And I remember I was depressed for 6 months after that. I mean, anything my husband did, I wasn't happy. I was unhappy. I was going through so much at that time, and I was just hurt. And my husband tried everything. And then finally, after the 6 months, I told him that I was ready to accept that him and I won't be able to get pregnant. And I even gave him the option of if he wanted to divorce and marry someone else, I could give him a baby. And he just laughed and said no. Now he stuck with me because he was married to me. His humor, his sarcastic is, that's what makes me happy with him. And so we decided to go through the whole process of IVF and egg donor. This is the end of this video that I decided to end it. My next video will be talking about the process of going through IVF and egg donor. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful and lovely weekend. Please comment below if you have any questions. I would love to help you with anything. I have went through experience of going through everything the knowledge that I know now. I would love to share that with you. So if you're something that you're going through, or someone that that is going through this, or is struggling or can accept it, send this video to them. If you like it, please do thumbs up, and if you don't, it's totally okay. Send it to someone that would appreciate this video. Thank you again. Have a beautiful day.